Hello, hello. I'm happy to report that we are going to Mexico tomorrow. Atelier Playa Mujeres for the second time. I just checked in for the flight. It is about 9:30 a.m. I have a 10 a.m. nail appointment, so let's hop in the car, head there, and I will fill you in on what's on our agenda for the rest of the day. So we are doing an overnight flight tonight. So what I mean by that is we are going to leave our home airport in Connecticut. We're going to fly to Charlotte, North Carolina, stay overnight there, and then we will have an early morning flight from Charlotte tomorrow. We used to have a terrific JetBlue nonstop flight from my home airport in Connecticut. It's like 35 minutes from my house. It was perfect. It went daily. It left here at like 7 a.m. and then would get there at either 10 or 11 a.m. depending on the time of the year. It was perfect. That went all through COVID. It was sold out flights. Every single time I was on a flight, it was sold out, and it was just fabulous. And then at like the end of summer 2022, I think it was, JetBlue canceled that route. And so now we're kind of in a predicament where we either have to fly from JFK, which isn't bad, but it's obviously not as easy as going like right from my home airport, which is so close to me, or leaving from my home airport, but not getting in until like 3 p.m. So that's kind of like you lose half your day when you get in at 3 p.m. So I'm just so sad that I lost my nonstop, and I hope that someday they'll bring it back. So our flight leaves at 7 p.m. So we're not in a rush. So basically all I have to do is my nails now and then go home, and I'm just gonna double check, make sure I have everything all packed up. And I'm gonna go through that with you because packing for how I'm doing it, how I'm doing like the overnight layover, is a little bit different. So if this is something that you do or are considering doing, I'll just show you how I pack so you can see like if you're doing it the most efficient way, or you can tell me if I'm not doing it the most efficient way. So that's what we're going to be doing. So we're not in a rush. So I think we're going to go out to dinner. I want to be at the airport by like 5. All done at the nail salon. I went with pink. I think it was called Make Outside. I get super overwhelmed when I go into the nail salon. I picked a different color and it ended up being really light. She took it out and was like, I don't think this is right for you. So I was just like, pick a color. I am super indecisive. I am someone where like you cannot just be like, where do you want to eat or where do you want to sit? You need to give me like 3 choices or else it's just going to be a disaster. So Atelier, I don't really have any like plans. So a lot of times when I go into a resort, I will think about like, where do I want to eat? What do I want to do? Like, I hope my room is in a certain place or things like that. And I don't really have that. I don't know if it's because I've already been there, but I'm kind of just gonna go with the flow. Now it is definitely going to be different than when I was there last, because I was there in 2021 during COVID. When I was there, it was also the studio side was also still there, so there definitely are some differences. So I'm excited to check that out. There also was not dinner reservations last time I was there, so that will also be different. And maybe that's why I'm going with the flow, because I don't really know what the reservation system's gonna be like. Like, I don't know which restaurants I'm gonna be able to get into. I know that on the first night it could be a little difficult to get a place. Usually the Mexican restaurant has openings, and and I love Mexican. I know a lot of people, when they go to resorts in Mexico, they skip that. I do not. All right, I lost you there for a minute. My phone is just like struggling today. So if Mexican's the only option that we have, I'm like totally fine with it. Activities, I don't know. Bike tour maybe we'll do. I honestly like didn't plan anything. I'm just gonna like totally go with the flow and see how everything goes. So I'm trying to not stress out like about anything. I used to be really concerned about where my room was going to be, and I know a lot of you probably are like that too. I actually very rarely would do a like room request or a building request because I would find that I would stress out. So when I was checking in, if I asked like, hey, where am I gonna be, and I was not where I wanted to be, it would kind of like ruin my whole like first day, to be honest with you. And I would be like all stressed out, and it's just like not a good way to start your trip because you're starting off on the wrong foot. And I've actually found that some of my favorite rooms are ones when I didn't choose the location whatsoever, and so I'm just gonna go into it with hoping that I get put somewhere really nice, and that's just what we're gonna do. I'm gonna make a quick stop over to CVS right now. I have a coupon that I need to use. I don't know if you are signed up for the CVS rewards, but I get free like coupons all the time. So probably at least once a week, but sometimes twice a week, I get either $3 or $4 free to CVS for like anything. And I just keep a running list in my phone app and my notes app on my phone of what I need to buy, and I pretty much just buy like little toiletry stuff. So my son needs a couple things for the cruise that we're going on next month, and he's very particular about everything. So he is who is on my list for the free stuff right now. So I'm gonna run in and grab him something.
Place your scan coupon now. Touch the continue button if you're. Please wait. System processing.
So that was easy enough. Got my freebie. I'm gonna go home now, have some lunch. I'm waiting for 2 deliveries, Liquid IV and Amazon. Neither one of them I need for this trip, but I'm hoping they come before I leave just so they're not sitting outside. So my Liquid IV order did come when I was gone. So I got passion fruit and the sugar-free white peach. This is their new one. Just waiting on my Amazon order. All right, so while I'm waiting for my lunch to cook, I'm gonna go over my carry-on bag with you. And I guess it would actually be a personal item. I guess the carry-on bag is the rolling one. So as you can see, it's full. It's like really full. It doesn't even close at the moment. It's really heavy too. If you've watched my video my packing video, I say that I utilize my personal item, and totally that's what I do. As you can see, it's like packed to the brim. So in here I have my bag that I'm gonna use for dinner at night, and then in that bag has my passports and my tip money and all of that. And I'll check my passports like 10 times today to make sure that I have them, even though they're not going anywhere. And then I also have like my seat back bag, and this has everything in it that I need. So when I get into my seat, everything's in here: chargers, chapstick, Advil, AirPods, like a pen, like anything I could need on the plane is gonna be in here, so you're not like rifling through your bags. If I had more room in my suitcase, I would totally just like put this bag in the suitcase. The problem is that I never really like unpack anything, so the bag doesn't really lay flat because there's just like nonsense in here. There's like treat bags, cat treats, straws, salt, Zicam, like just things. Like, so it won't lay flat. So that's why it's in here. And then, so if it's gonna be in here, I might as well throw crap in there. And then we land like 9:30 a.m. So we're gonna get to the resort really early. My cup's in here, so keep an empty cup. You can take an empty cup through security and then you can fill it up on the other side. Most airports have those nice like filtered machines now, so that's really nice. You can save instead of buying like an $8 water. You just fill this up. Anyway, so I have my beach bag all ready to go. So when I get to the resort, so we land at like 9:30, so we should be at the resort probably around like 10:30 or 11. All I'm gonna do is take this bag with me. Everything else is gonna stay with the bellhop. And in this bag is my famous bag that has my sunscreen in it and treat bags and things like that. And then I have our bathing suits and flip-flops. And that's it. We're gonna check in, we're gonna go right to the bathroom, change, and we're gonna be ready to rock and roll. And that's all we need. You don't have to be like rifling through your suitcase in the middle of the lobby. So that's in here, and then my iPad and some snacks, and that's pretty much it. And then I'll show you my suitcase now and show you kind of how I pack that for the overnight layover. Okay, so we have two suitcases obviously, but my packing is very intentional. So the pink suitcase has only clothes in it, and then the blue one is mostly things for at the hotel. So when we get to the hotel, we will only open this suitcase. So this side of the suitcase is everything that I need. So in here is all my charging stuff, my toiletries that I need specifically for where I'm going. I have a second set of toiletries on this side that's not going to get opened. That's for when I'm at the resort. Everything in the packing cube is things that I'm either wearing tonight for pajamas or for the next day when we, for our travel day outfits. And then also like toiletry stuff in here as well. So if you're gonna be doing an overnight layover, you definitely just wanna plan for it instead of, you don't wanna be opening up like all sorts of suitcases. And then how we also save on space when we do stuff, if you followed me on Facebook, you know that I throw a ton of stuff away. For this trip, I wanna say I have like almost 40 items packed that will not be coming home with us. So like this shirt's one of them. So I'm wearing this shirt, you know, when I'm flying today, and that's gonna be it. It's going in the garbage. Same with my sweatshirt. My sweatshirt that I'm wearing, it has a little hole in it, so I'm gonna wear it and I'm gonna throw it away. So I don't wanna go into the trip with like more stuff. So I try to always, when we're doing these overnight layovers, wear things that like we don't care about, so we're not starting the trip off with dirty laundry. And my husband has so many t-shirts, like honestly so many. I made him clean out his closet during COVID, and he had bins in the basement of like Yankees or sports shirts that he was not wearing. They were just, I mean, like literally we probably had like 100 t-shirts. So what I did was have him like bring those up. He's wearing those now, and then the old ones is what we're kind of filtering out. So if you have anything that you want to get rid of, save it, wear it on your trip, toss it, and then you're gonna come home with less laundry, less stuff in your luggage, more room for souvenirs. Hopefully my lunch is ready because I'm starving. My Amazon order came. Open this up, see what we got. All right, Kevin got a new pair of his sunglasses because they get scratched pretty easily, and on Prime Day they were on sale for like $8, so he just figured he'd get another backup pair. And then I got Ethan and Kaden these skip balls for when we go on the Bermuda cruise. All right, getting all packed up and ready to go. Got my hats, my pink suitcase, my sweatshirt for the plane. Kev's gonna bring the rest. You ready to go? You have your throwaway shirt on too. Yep. Do you feel sad to get rid of your shirts?
Nah.
Nah, he does.
You'll get rid of some things around here.
Is that how you feel?
Yeah.
All right, we're all packed up and ready to go. I guess this is the first time we've seen Kev, but he's here. It's been quite a few hours since we checked in last, didn't do anything, did a load of laundry, we watched some TV. We're watching Your Honor on Paramount Plus, and it's really good. We're gonna go out for pizza for dinner. We're gonna go to Pepe's, which is famous in New Haven. However, we are not going to New Haven because the airport is the opposite way of that. So we're gonna go to one of their other locations in West Hartford. I don't think it's as great because nothing can ever be as good as an original location, but it's still really good and it's like not that far from the airport.
So what kind of pizza are you gonna get? I know that's the famous question.
They're famous for their clam pie, but you don't like that. So I always settle and get what you want, which is bacon and pepperoni. So probably what we're getting is bacon and pepperoni. This is a staple when you come here and get pizza. This is brewed in East Haven, Connecticut, and it's so good. So when you get pizza in New Haven or in Connecticut, you have to have Buxton Park. Kevin decided he does in fact like the clam pie. We're delayed, like an hour. Yeah, the only like real negative is then we're not gonna land into Charlotte until after 10, and so we won't get to our hotel till like 10:30, and then our flight is so early. I think 7 a.m. And you guys know I like to go to bed early. All right, let me tell you about my evening here. So our flight was delayed about an hour and 20 minutes or so. And then when we got here, our shuttle driver took us to the wrong Hilton, which I knew it was the wrong one. And I specifically showed him my reservation and he's like, yep, this is the one. Long story short, it was not. We went to one that was about 8 minutes away and ours is like literally next to the airport. So we probably gained like 25 minutes of an adventure that we didn't need by there, back, unloading, yada yada. Then we get to the hotel and our room key doesn't work. So we had to go down and sort that out. And I would be surprised if our flight was not delayed tomorrow morning. We're supposed to leave at like 7:30 a.m. And when I look at the inbound flight, it is supposed to land at like 6 a.m. But the inbound flight to that flight is an hour plus delayed. So I don't know, I don't really have a good feeling. I wish I knew tonight so I could sleep in later, but it's coming from LA and we're just not gonna know. So I am going to say goodnight to you for now and we will check in the morning.
Good morning, everybody. It is currently 4:30 Cancun day and I'm just going down to get the coffee.
morning. If I look rougher than usual, it's because I had 3 hours and 10 minutes of sleep. But we are at the airport. It was a breeze. From leaving the hotel to getting through security was 9 minutes. So it was like the easiest like travel day ever. And then we're getting in the shuttle and we're talking to other people getting on the shuttle, and they're going to Planet Hollywood, and we're like, we're going where we're going. And then he's like, do you have a YouTube channel? I'm like, oh man, have you seen it? He's like, yeah, you guys do a good job. I'm like, okay, thanks. So we are gonna go find our gate.
Picked up Starbucks, and wasn't too bad of a wait, but we appreciate it. From Cheryl, one of the viewers, sent us a gift card from Starbucks, so that's much appreciated. Thank you.
Got a mimosa. Cheers. Thank you so much for watching our journey here. We will see you at Atelier Playa Mujeres real soon.